What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we'll be going over some of the point boosted teams that you can make, as well as some of the teams you can make for this treasure mode, as well as the recommended teams and the overviews of the fight that are brought to us by Bandai. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so let's go over the Big Mom treasure mode a little bit, and there's a website right here that helps you with the recommended teams for this treasure mode, and I'll also put a link in the description below for some of the boosted teams and some of the teams I might be using for this treasure mode depending on like what we have. So Big Mom, of course, you know, he's going to max out 1769 attack, he's going to have 3500 HP, all that stuff. We already knew all this going into it. Has all our captain details, her sailor effects, all the stuff, and unlimited break abilities. Now let's go into the treasure map. It says that the treasure map this time is a little different than usual. Racism fight will occur. Ruggy warfare, I'm guessing it's buggy. That is that Big Mom pirate is Big Mom's always appears in the treasure map by stopping at the spot where Trojan March appears. Sorry, Trojan March or Croken Bush is located. I'm guessing it's those little things on the treasure map. It'll have. It looks like there's like a little invasion type thing. So it's like an invasion Big Mom thing, and it looks like she just pops in. Take a lot of treasure points to get Big Mom arrangement. So let's actively challenge. By the way, Big Mom will also break the rock of the rock closed with the rock above the spot. Advance it. So what this says is like if you go into Big Mom and try to fight Big Mom, apparently you get more treasure points. So I'm not really sure if that's all great, but you know, by the time I'm recording this video, there'll be definitely other things out there we can use. Also, if you acquire the Croken Bush, the amount of treasure points that can be obtained during the fleet will increase. So I'd like to use the effect to know if I'm in danger, and if you win the Big Mom, the effect of one status is 1.5 times will be applied until clearing the sea. So basically you get a 1.5 times treasure map point boost by hitting this Croken Bush. I don't know what the Croken Bush is, but there was a little, like, it's a new space that you can land on the treasure mode to get extra points. So that's really, really cool. I like that a lot. That's a really cool change to the treasure mode. That means that your points are a little bit RNG based, but at the same time they are they're really point boost. Like what your point boosters are matters, but like also landing on the make your pathing is actually very, very, very important. Making sure that you're in the right pattern is correct. Making sure that you're having the right treasure map rank is good too. Because if you go too high, maybe you can't take on the Big Mom fight. So maybe you devolve a couple levels. It actually throws in a whole new level of strategy to the treasure mode, which I really like. That's actually a really cool thing to throw in there, and it'll actually change the meta of how treasure modes are taken into account. So at one point it was run the treasure mode as fast as you can with non-point boosted teams to get your multiplier as high as you could to get the most amount of runs in. Then after a while, it became bring the most point booster units, and now it's just bring in the solid point booster team for the final team and point boosted units for every single fight. And now it's change your pathing along with that. And you'll also notice that there is 2 extra buff slots here. So there's going to be like an endurance buff slot, which is probably like the boss HP, as well as like boss stats or something like that, or boss attack getting increased. So it looks like that we have some other stats that we're going to be playing around here for the boss, and it's all really, really cool. I like that a lot. I will challenge you in addition to Big Mummy, Run Cheek in battle will encounter warfare and so will not be influenced by formation restriction. Try to challenge a lot of treasure points to acquire the most. So definitely gem it to win it too. Very interesting. Alright, so the rules of the encounter are the same as match before. Basically there's no changes for the leagues as well as how you fight everything. It's going to be exactly the same as before. There's no changes there. Ran entered game with Big Mom. When Big Mom has just appeared in the treasure map, it is a place far away from the Thousand Sunny, but as this moves, it approaches and will start a battle from over there. When entering Ran entered fight, I'm guessing that's the Big Mom fight, or ran into. I think it's like ran entered is ran into. You can choose the option of life or fight, and treat escape. So you can feed Big Mom with the cake, spoiler, or life, and then you try to kill Big Mom. Choose life in the fight and lose a little as level goes down a little. So be careful. So apparently you lose a treasure map level but gain extra points. So that's actually kind of tricky. So you can't like do it too often. If you choose treat, you can also avoid the battle, but the effect of the Croquembouche you get is lost, so you don't get the 1.5 times point boost. So really tricky there. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out, because if you lose treasure map levels, it's kind of weird. I don't know if I translated that correctly because I'm using Google Translate, but we'll see. Although it isn't a strong enemy, it is well worth fighting because its merit is too great too. Let's challenge Dong Dong. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna let that go. For the Big Mom Treasure Map 5, it looks like the best, that she's going to have 1.8 million HP and do 8,000 attack on level 1. And obviously that's going to increase as time goes on. The preemptive behavior, she's going to get a chain coefficient increment decrease, which means that it's going to be a chain limiting, not a chain limiter, but a chain coefficient decrease, which means that a chain lock is perfect to counter a chain coefficient decrease. You don't have to use chain coefficient reducers here. You can just bring a chain locker, and that completely negates that effect. The interrupt invocation at the end of the second turn. It's the special Hitsatsu seal for 3 turns. I think that just means a special seal in some way, so you're gonna have to bring some kind of silence mover, it looks like. State abnormality for 899 turns means that you're gonna Hitsatsu I think means special, so I think 3-turn special seal. So that means that she's immune, and enemy side turn 200,000 recovery every single turn. She's also going to auto heal every turn, and when she dies, she's going to revive with 30% HP, and enrage for 3 turns, as well as damage cap for 3 turns. So kind of interesting that she's going to revive at the end with 30% HP. I don't know if that means you can use like Coliseum Kid to kill a character that revives. I've never tried using Coliseum Kid on anybody that revives. I wonder if that would actually just kill the boss instantly after revive. That would be really cool to see, but it is dex damage, so I doubt it will actually kill her because it's 30% of HP, which would be 600,000 HP, and Kid will do 600,000 dex damage, which is like 300,000 damage total, so it wouldn't even kill her anyways. So I guess that's kind of a moot point. So what I recommend bringing here is a silence remover, a chain locker, and a character that removes damage cap, or goes through damage cap like Blackbeard, but you know, just a character that removes damage cap. So they have they have 2 recommended Big Mom teams. The first recommendation is going to be using the Tesoro Captain, as well as a Tesoro Friend Captain, the new Reiju, the new Sanji, as well as Tanaka and Karina. Obviously, I'm missing 2 of those units, so feels bad, man. And then the second organization of the team is going to have Reiju and Sanji, as well as the Brook and the Chopper, and a G4 Luffy team. There might be a smattering of the 2 teams that might be better, but we'll see. We'll see. Actually, I'm actually kind of curious to see what the best team is here for this fight, and I actually don't know. It's kind of an interesting team that they say is a recommended team. But I like my teams a little better here. For Battle 7 on Pudding, the recommended team that they have right here is a Jinbei fighter team. They have the Lucci, the new Kid, Ichiji, Baccarat, the new Baccarat, as well as a Pizza Party Luffy. And there's a preemptive behavior where she's going to call reinforcements of 5 people. The interruption behavior when there's not even a single winner first time. So I think you have to kill everybody in 1 turn. So Jinbei is really good for this, for wave clearing this. You can also you might be able to use Sanji too. Not really sure. So my recommendation is like use some kind of wave clear here, as well as then start on the final boss here. It shouldn't be too hard to kill this. For the fight with Pedro here, they have a recommended team with Nami. That's pretty close to the team I was thinking of anyways. I might use this team, I might use a different team, we'll see. Overall, it says the captain and friend captain effect ineffective for 5 turns. I think that means despair, because that's why that Corazon would be on the team, and because Corazon removes despair, so I'm assuming that's why it's here. So there's probably a 5-turn despair initially, and then there's a rewind, the deadly turn of the upper row by 2 turns. So basically there's a special rewind on the top row for 2 turns, and the new Kid here is here so that he can rewind your striker and shooter specials. So you can use Nami as a captain in order to rewind her special, so you get more damage. I might do that, we'll see. Is also going to convert all slot to power slots, which I think is strength, which is beneficial on Nami anyway, so that's perfect. The interrupt behavior, at the end of the second turn, there's an 80% damage special thing, 99 turn, blah, blah. You basically one-turn this though with the Nami team, so it shouldn't be too hard. If you don't have Nami, then you could probably use a Zoro Sanji with Nami, or you can use Kizaru with Nami, depending on how your team's gonna go. I would say Zoro Sanji with Nami is probably your better bet if you're gonna build a team for that. And the next fight here is gonna be Brook, and Brook, what's really funny is like all these teams I've already built. I had these teams pre-built before this came out. It's really funny. Like they're all really close to what I had. We have the Zoro team here. It's just gonna be with the Kairi Doflamingo, the new Pedro, new Brook, as well as Coliseum Diamante. I literally had this exact team already built, which is really funny. I had that exact team, it's really funny. There's going to be a significant damage reduction for 2 turns, state abnormality for 99 turns, slot conversion. I think Okayama means block, so I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's block. And then dying behavior every time. I don't know what that means. You might have death damage? I don't know. We'll see. And then the final fight here we have with Nami. Nami is going to be you have a captain and friend captain ineffective 4 turns, which is a 4-turn despair and a 4-turn paralysis as well. So this is where the new Carrot comes into play, and Carrot's really good for this fight because she is going to Carrot's going to remove the paralysis on this fight, and I think Carrot moves press. And Carrot also delays, as well as you can use the does delays, and then you can pop a what's it called? And she also does a conditional based off defense down. You pop the chopper, who's chain boost and defense down, so you're actually able to get everything. Then it has Tesoro for full matching orbs, looks like, and then it has the Ace here, Coliseum Ace, which I believe makes Psy beneficial for Free Spirit, but he also reduces damage. So maybe there's some kind of death damage hit or something like that, or some kind of special rewind. I'm not really sure. It says Nami attribute changes to knowledge attribute, special interrupt when impact up every time, and slot seal for 10 turns. So it looks like if you use an orb booster on the Nami fight, that you are going to have a slot lock, which is a orb seal, and that's kind of annoying. On death, Nami recovers by half, and then Nami and Alter Ego calls 5 people. So on Nami, Alter Ego has 100,000 HP starting versus the original having 620,000. So we're significantly reduced HP, but it has 5 friends. And it looks like you would probably use like a G4 here, or some kind of wave clear to clear out all the adds, as well as the final boss here. Or you can try to use some kind of end of turn damage like Kid if you wanted to. Totally up to you on how you want to handle the stage, but I would assume those 2 ways would be great ways to handle it. And then for the final actual fight, which is the final fight, not the Big Mom Treasure Bone fight, but the Sanji fight, which is the end boss fight. Sanji's gonna have 4.2 million HP, and you can use Tesoro apparently? I'm really confused because I'm not sure if you can use Tesoro after you use it on the Big Mom stage, but if you can, that's great. I'm not 100% sure though. This is kind of a weird one. I'm not really sure if Sanji is... Well, yeah, you can use the same team twice. They kind of have a different recommended team for Sanji than they do the other one. So my assumption is you can use both teams because I think it's a bonus fight, and the bonus fight I think you use whatever team you want. Just try to get as many points as you can there, and it's kind of like a challenge. So I'm hoping that you don't have to worry about it too much. But on the Sanji fight, he's going to have 1.5 times attack up for 3 turns, defense power greatly increased for 3 turns, and interrupt behavior at Morobund 1 time. So I don't know what Morobund means. So there's some kind of interrupt on his fight. I'm not really sure what it is, but just watch out for the interrupt. The translation's kind of messed up. So obviously the new Tesoro batch is preferred here, even with the new Karina and everybody else. And this is the Battle 6 Sanji. Not really sure what's up with that, but I guess you could use a. He initially attacks for 3,200, which is really not that much. And he's going to get scale a lot higher, so we'll see how that goes. I'm guessing on turn 1, he's going to blow away a random sailor, so you just got to kill him 1 turn. I'm assuming that's what it is. On turn 7, when he reappears, he's going to have a resilience debuff, and this is where you need Karina to remove the resilience buff. Obviously, Raid Barto is another way to go, or you can use end of turn damage with Kid, this is just annoying, by the way. Super annoying that he has resilience, or you can use a poison or something like that to kill him after the end. So we'll see how that goes. I cannot fall over with remaining state for 3 turns, so basically 3 turn of resilience, and then he's going to attack drastically down for 2 turns. So I believe the Baccarat moves attack down. I'm not really sure. I think it's Baccarat. And then delay invalid for 99 turns. Special interrupt at the time, triggering death blow or physical recovery once. So he's gonna revive at the end, and then for 2 turns have a 5-turn perfect barrier, which is a very funny thing to have against Tesoro, by the way. He's gonna have attack up times 1.5 and defense power greatly increased for 3 turns. Behavior and moribund. Maybe that's just like below 20% or like below 50%. I don't know. Maybe it's a percentage-based thing. Moribund. Special rated damage and Sanji attack power times 3 times damage. So obviously don't get a blow. Don't moribund, whatever that means. The recommended Sanji formation is obviously the entire Tesoro batch and Tesoro. Sanji in Battle 7 is a first strike. This attack is greatly reloaded, and the defense to endure the remaining strength will be exercised so short-term settlement in difficult without measure. So basically they want you to kill it in 1 turn. And Baccarat Gold Armor, which can recover attack down, and Kaito Karina, which can reduce the effect that can withstand rest of physical strength by 1. You don't have a troublesome attack down effect that you can endure the rest of your strength 1. You can just fold it and use full use the offensive attack upgrade. So then you can say fuck it. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. But overall, the fight looks pretty difficult. Doesn't look like so difficult that you can't do it. And it does look like that you will be able to use the same character twice, but only off of the big mom fight. So we'll see how that goes, because that's like an additional fight in this. So I'm actually really curious about to see how that's going to turn out and what all teams are going to build. Then I had some pre-built teams here, and these were in like no particular order for fights. These are the teams that I could make, and I actually had these pre-built for point boosting. So if you guys do want to use any of these teams, they might help you out with your building. And if you want to use their teams, great. My teams, whatever. Doesn't really matter as long as you can build whatever team is best for you and get the multipliers that you want. Alright guys, well my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smack the like button down below, as well as the subscribe button above or below. If you want to get notifications on all my videos, make sure you hit the bell notification right next to it to get notifications every time I drop a video. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace.